Hello friends, in this video we'll be discussing third problem on duality. Welcome back friends. Let us discuss problem number 3 on duality. So a note that you should remember is if you get equal to in the constraint, then unrestricted will come into the solution, and if you get unrestricted in the problem somewhere, then you'll get equal to in the solution. So what exactly mean by this, that we'll discuss, don't worry about it. So just remember, if you find equal to, then in the solution unrestricted will come, and if you find unrestricted in the problem, you will get equal to in the solution. Suppose if you get both equal to as well as unrestricted in the problem, in the solution also you will get both. So problem number 3 we are getting equal to, therefore in the solution unrestricted part will come. In problem number 4 we'll get unrestricted, because of that equal to will come into the solution, and in problem number 5 we'll get equal to and unrestricted both in the problem. So because of equal to, unrestricted will come into the solution, and because of unrestricted, equal to will come into the solution. So don't be confused, concentrate on board step by step. Problem number 3, 4 and 5 you need to practice. It's so very simple, but the concept is like googly. Googly means what? It will be very simple, but just twist and turn. So you need to practice well 2-3 times and it will be very clear. Let us start. See here, in the problem, first of all we have equal to. Before converting into dual, first of all let us be ready with the primal. And we know in primal, if it is maximized, all the constraints should be less than equal to. So see here, the problem is maximized, so all the constraints should be less than equal to, but here we are getting equal to, so equal to will not work. We want less than equal to, so therefore this equal to you need to split into 2. Equal to means what? It can be less than equal to as well as greater than equal to. It is fixed always. Whenever you get equal to in the problem, you will convert into less than equal to or greater than equal to. So therefore the given problem will become maximize x1 plus 2x2 subject to 2x1 plus 4x2. The first constraint will remain as it is, that is 160. This is equal to, so the equal to will be converted into less than equal to and greater than equal to. And finally we have x1 greater than equal to 10, x1 x2 greater than equal to 0. So equal to we converted into less than equal to and greater than equal to. Now there is a very important point, very important point. So listen, and after that make a note of it. And the point is, see, this equal to we converted into less than equal to and greater than equal to. Now there is a question, sir, always whenever we convert equal to into these two, always do we write less than equal to first and then greater than equal to? And the answer is no. So let me tell you, if the problem is of maximization type, you have to make a note of it, it's very important. If the problem is of maximization type, whenever we get equal to, first we'll write less than equal to and then we write greater than equal to. And if the problem is of minimization type, opposite to that, and there is equal to in the problem, then first you will write greater than equal to and then you write less than equal to. Is this clear? Remember this point. This point is very important. You make a note of it. And what is that note? If the problem is of minimization type and we do have equal to, then first we'll convert into greater than equal to, then less than equal to. And if the problem is of maximization type and then we have equal to, first we'll write it down less than equal to, then we write down greater than equal to. One of the most important notes, very important. If you change this order, you will not get your answer right. So please be careful. See here, again what we did. Equal to, since it is maximized, first we wrote less than equal to, then we wrote greater than equal to. Suppose in the same problem, it would be minimized and we have equal to, then first we'll write greater than equal to, then we write less than equal to. Make a mark this note, very important note. Let's move on. Is our primal ready? No. What is the problem? if it is maximized, all the constraints should be less than equal to. This is greater than equal to, therefore we need to multiply with the minus sign. So this is maximize. Objective function is okay. First constraint, second constraint is okay. Just need to multiply the third constraint. So let me write down the first two as it is. Subject to 2x1 plus 4x2. 2x1 plus 4x2 less than equal to 160. First constraint is okay. Second one is also okay. x1 minus x2 less than equal to 30. Third constraint, I'm going to multiply with the minus sign. So that is minus x1 plus x2. If I'll multiply with the minus sign, minus x1 plus x2 less than equal to minus 30. Because I want to make this constraint less than equal to, since it is maximized. Here also I need to multiply with the minus sign because this constraint is greater than equal to. So minus x1 less than equal to minus 10. x1, x2 greater than equal to 0. Now I'm ready with the primal. It is maximized and all the constraints are less than equal to. Last constraint, it's by default greater than equal to, so ignore it. Dual is, let us write down now dual. W is equal to, obviously it's maximized, its dual will be minimized. W is equal to objective function, we write it on based on the RHS of the constraint. So here there are four values: 160y1, 30y2, minus 30y3, minus 10y4. Subject to, first constraint we write it down from the coefficient of x1, that is 2y1 plus y2 minus y3 minus y4. Since it is minimized, it will be greater than equal to, here we have 1. Next, here we have 4, so 4y1 minus y2, here we have 1, so y3, and we don't have x2 here, so that is 0 y4 actually, greater than equal to 2. y1, y2, y3, y4 should be greater than equal to 0. Is it done or anything else left? We are ready with the dual. Is it done? One more point. See this note. If there is equal to, unrestricted will come, and vice versa. If it is unrestricted, equal to will come. See here, in the problem we have equal to, so obviously in the solution there should be some unrestricted part that should come in the solution. Here we have equal to, so unrestricted must come in the solution part. So where exactly unrestricted will come? Here we need to put, see here, actually because of this equal to, what we did, we converted one equation into two equations. Because of this equal to part, what we did, we converted one equation into two equations. So obviously while writing on the final solution, we need to merge two and convert it into one. We converted 1 into 2, so obviously we need to reconvert and 2 into 1. So for that purpose, here this y2 and y3, see the coefficient 30, they are same. Therefore you need to put y2 minus y3 as y dash. y3, now the question is, sir, whom we should put? See, if you follow this particular procedure, and what is that procedure? If it is minimized, the first will write down less than equal to and the second will write greater than equal to. If you follow this procedure, the procedure that I am following, then in the constraint you will get something like this, where coefficients are same. So y2 and y3, its coefficients are same, therefore I am going to put it as y dash. You will always get, so don't worry, follow the step, you will always get similar to this. Or simply, see here, second constraint you convert it into two constraints, so second and third. So obviously second and third you're going to merge. Is this clear? So two ways you can identify. Since we converted second constraint into 2 and 3, therefore 2 and 3 values will be merged. Or simply 30, you are getting the same coefficient, put it as y dash. So if I'll put it as y dash, this will become minimized. W is equal to 160 y1. Is it 160? Yes, 160 y1. And this, if you take 30 common, so this is 30 y dash basically. If you take 30 common from this, that will become y2 minus y3, and y2 minus y3 is y dash. minus 10y4 subject to, this is 2y1, this y2 minus y3 is actually y dash, so plus y dash, replace this y2 minus y3 with y dash, minus y4 greater than equal to 1, and here this is 4y1. If you observe this, if you take minus common, so that will become y2 minus y3. From this term you need to take minus common, so if you take minus common, that will become y2 minus y3. So that is actually, if you take minus y2 minus y3, that is y dash, so actually it's minus y dash plus 0 y4, no need to write, greater than equal to 2. Now if you observe, there are y1 and y4 in the problems. Here there is y1 and y4 in the problem, that is greater than equal to 0, and this y dash that we substituted, this y dash that we substituted is unrestricted. So that is it. See, in the problem it was equal to, and in the solution we got unrestricted. But make sure that you follow the steps properly so that you'll get the solution. We're done with the problem. In the fourth problem, we will consider unrestricted in the question and will get equal to in the solution. Hope you understood. Practice well. That's it. Thank you.